Howdy, all YNABers everywhere. I'm here to explain the newest feature of the YNAB universe to you, along with a few other ways to make your budget exactly the way you want. Well, you heard it here first. The newest YNAB feature has been released and they are called progress bars. They're filled with all kinds of new ways to visually understand where your budget's at, how you're stretching your money, and what parts of your budget might need a little more love and care than you've been giving them. So, to kick us off with an anticlimactic bang, I want to point out that currently progress bars are the newest feature of the web app. They are not on mobile yet, but notice I said yet because grammatical context clues would inform you that they are coming to mobile, just not yet. I also want to point out that utilizing these new progress bars are a choice. That's right, folks, you can toggle them on and off at your leisure. Just navigate to the top right corner of your budget and toggle between the original compact categories and the new expanded progress bar categories by clicking between these two self-explanatory buttons. If for some reason you forgot how to toggle the progress bars on and off, you can also do so by going to the main menu of your budget, clicking Display Options, and selecting whichever option most floats your financial boat. Personally, I am a big fan of being able to toggle these on and off because I like the simplicity of a nice, compact, neat budget, but when I do want more visual detail as to what's going on in my budget, I can easily open them back up. The luxuries we have these days. So now let's go ahead and take a deep dive and learn how these pals actually work. When you expand your categories, you'll notice these slick little bars of all colors and textures and all around mystery. As for what these colorful bars mean, let's first start with their texture. It's a little game of budgeting solids and stripes. When a color is solid, that represents funding, how much you've physically put into that category. When a color is striped, that represents spending, what you've spent from this category so far. So, I repeat, solid, funding, striped, spending. Now, there are three possible colors your progress bars could be. If you don't utilize target goals anywhere in your YNAB budget, then the only colors your budget will show are green and red. But if you do set target goals on 1 or 12 or all of your categories, you'll also see the color yellow thrown in the mix. So, for the sake of an easy explanation, let's go ahead and put yellow back on the shelf for a little bit, and first, let me explain what happens to a category with no target goal of any sort added to it. Anytime you drop money into it, the bar will turn green because it's trying to tell you, hey, I have money in me. When you spend money in that category, your spending will be represented by a striped green. So if I budgeted $40 to my home improvement category and I spent $10 on new light bulbs, I'll see that $10 of it, or 25% of the bar, is now represented by the green spending stripes because I spent those $10. Consequently, the remaining $30, or 75% of the bar, are still represented by the solid green because you still have all 30 of those dollars funded and available for spending. You'll also notice what we call the funding message up here in the top right corner of the category, telling you exactly what's happening here. Spent $10 of $40. Hey, thanks budget. Now I know I can't afford those two $20 window box planters I wanted this month, but that's okay, because I'm just gonna buy them next month. Now let me introduce you to red. Red represents overspending. So let's say I did go and buy those window box planters because they only had 2 left and they match my aesthetic perfectly and I wanted to snag them before they were gone. Now my progress bar will show me with striped red that I overspent. Striped because it was spent and red because it was overspent. You get it. My funding message also tells me what happened in this category. Even the progress bar shows that $40, or 80%, was funded and spent with striped green, while $10, or 20%, was not funded but still spent, striped red. This red is your visual cue to stop spending in this category and to go find some dollars somewhere else in your budget to cover this overspending with. So now that we have the basics down, let's introduce target goals into the picture. Anytime you assign a target goal to your budget, you're telling it how much money you want that category to have by a certain time, whether it's to save it or to spend it. The progress bars will work the exact same way they did in our previous example, except when a target goal is not yet fully funded, the progress bar will represent this underfundedness by appearing yellow instead of green, as a way of saying, you're not quite there yet, Tiger, keep going. So let's hop back to our earlier example with our home improvement category. Before, this category didn't have a target goal assigned to it, so when I added any amount of money, the progress bars were green to let me know, hey, I have money in me. If I assign the same category a monthly needed for spending target goal and tell it that I want to budget $40 to this category every single month, then when I only add $20, the progress bar is yellow. Why? Because I told this category I wanted to reach my target goal of $40 and I haven't gotten there yet. So it's just yellow. The progress bar is yellow as a way of saying, hey, still need some money over here, just don't forget about me. All right, thanks. And based on what we already know about solids and stripes, we can deduce that the solid yellow means I'm funded this much, but not all the way. In our case, $20. And if I go ahead and spend that $10 on light bulbs now, that $10 transaction will show up as a striped yellow in our progress bar, meaning you've spent this much of what you've funded so far. As soon as I reach my funding goal and budget the full $40, the bar turns green, letting me know you did it, you funded this category 100%. Way to go. And don't forget, the funding message in the top right corner of every category will also give you the category's status based on its need, its target goal, any overspending that may have occurred, and its due date. If you don't have a target goal assigned to a category, there won't be any funding message until you spend money out of this category. You'll also notice that if you have a weekly target goal assigned to a category, the progress bar functions exactly the same way, but it's broken up into sections based on the weeks of the month. If any overspending happens on a weekly target goal, it will actually add an additional section to the progress bar that will represent the overspending. As soon as you cover the overspending, that additional section will be satisfied and it will go away. And that is the gist on progress bars. Learn them at your own pace, toggle them on and off as you need, and get to budgeting, my dudes. And I can't help myself, while we're at it, I'll also throw in a few bonus ways to customize your budget. Did you know that there are 3 possible color schemes on your YNAB budget? All you gotta do is click into your main budget menu, select display options, and pick the color theme of your choosing. The classic colors are from the original YNAB. Dark mode makes everything hip and cool, while the default color mode is real easy on the eyes. Looking good. Looking good. As for mobile color schemes, you can access 2 of the 3 color schemes. Default by default, and dark mode when your phone is also set to dark mode. Whether you're in iOS or Android, go to your phone's main settings menu, tap display, and change your phone's mode to dark mode. When you do, YNAB will also be in dark mode, like a little chameleon blending in with its surroundings. Next, any form of vertical column in YNAB can be adjusted to best fit your screen or preference. If you don't need the menu on the left side, collapse it to just the icons. On the flip side, if you created a fabulous budget name and you're really proud of it and you'd like to be able to see it at all times, what is this from experience? I don't know. Go ahead and increase that column width. It's okay. Do it. You can also widen or slim down the budget inspector column on the right side of the budget. And just like you can with your budget, you can also customize the column widths on your account register. Do you tend to leave excruciatingly long memos on your transactions? No problem, expand that baby. I will say the only columns you can't increase are the flag column and the cleared column on both ends of your account register because, like, what else do you need to know? It's a flag and a circle. This next one is mostly applicable to those who live in different countries and budget with different currencies, but if you're budgeting from Europe and you can't get used to the wonky American date format that I just learned is different from everyone else's, switch it up. You can change your currency, how the dollar amounts appear, and whatever date format makes the most sense to you. And there are tons of options for all of these. Like too many, arguably, but go hog wild. Lastly, I feel like I've beat this one to a pulp over my last few videos, but emojis. Okay, there, I said it. Add them to make it look pretty, add them to communicate which categories are safe to borrow from and which aren't. You get the picture, that's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. Okay, gotta go. And now you've got a whole slew of new ways to make your budget your budget. I mean, seriously, look how different these 4 budgets look from each other. Which one is you? Let us know what you think of the new progress bars down in the comments below. Are you a fan of the colorful visuals? Do you like to keep things neat and tidy and simple? Or are you a toggler? Comment down below and find your people. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all in the next video. YNAB's doing a new thing. When your voice cracks, let it crack hard. Are you ever afraid to swallow because you're just assuming that you'll choke? You can choose from the newer, modernized default colors, the YNAB classic colors, and my toilet just, all right, dark mode.